Hey guys and girls of Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I figured I'd make a little video real quick. Sorry it's dark. Um, just chilling in the living room. It's a little after midnight on a Friday. Get ready to go to bed. I'm wanting to try to upload some more regular content. The weather's just been so shitty and we've been so busy at the shop. And Jeff's been sick the last 2 days and this hasn't been working out. So, sitting in the old living room. Um, Last night we put a shorter belt on the GTO. We've been having issues with deflection of the belt, and the belt's hitting the alternator pulley. So the 0506 cars have a clutched alternator pulley on them, so they're like twice the length the pulley is. Then a regular alternator pulley, and the belt has been deflecting and hitting the pulley. The pulley's got a clean spot on it, and the belt had chunks missing out of it. So, per recommendation from a guy on Facebook, we put a half-inch shorter belt on it, and it seemed like it was fixed. Every time you'd rev the car really high is when the belt would start wanting to walk off. So, put it on the limiter a bunch of times in the shop, which is 7,200 RPM. Took it out and drove it a little bit, was checking on it. Sorry. Everything seemed good. So we should have went out sooner last night to make a hit, but we didn't. We screwed around in the shop for too long and missed our opportunity. So right when we were pulled the goat out of the shop, had the skinnies loaded up, GoPro in the back window, made sure the draggy was charged. We're set tire pressures and stuff. We're ready to rock and roll, and as soon as we pulled the car outside, it just started to barely snow. Like, okay, it's not doing nothing. Our spot's like 5 miles away. Let's go run there real quick. By the time we get there, the roads were fucking soaked. So we were going to do nothing there. So we drove the car to town, went to Taco Bell. My wife was shooting pool up at the local joint, so we went up there and hung out for a little bit with her and my buddy. And we left and come back home. The way home, roads were fucked, which was sweet. So we're doing like 35 mile an hour all the way back home with slicks on it. That's probably 12 miles from where we're at. It took us 45 minutes. Get back to shop and put the new billet rear diff mount in it with the poly bushings in it, and check some stuff over. The belt actually came off 2 ribs instead of 1 like normal with the shorter belt on it. So when I released the tensioner, the bracket moves on the blower. I'll include that in this video. I'll clip that in right here. So if my editing's worth a fuck right now, there will be a clip of the blower moving with the tensioner being released. So apparently the tighter belt made it worse. As far as that part of it was concerned, the belt's coming off because the blower is deflecting. Oh, sorry. So I need to I need to pull the belt back off, check all the hardware on the blower bracket and everything. Make sure all of that's good and the blower bracket don't have a crack. I've had a couple guys say they had some cracks in theirs and stuff like that. So I need to look all that over, make sure that's good. If I still can't get the deflection out of the bracket, I'll tell them to take the belt off and build a brace that goes from the mount bracket to the strut tower and brace that bad boy. I've got what's practically a solid motor mount. So let me turn her down. She's not gonna. She just does that every now and then, gets a little fussy and goes back down. So, but I've got rev shift. They're like street strip, prothane or poly engine trans mounts in that bad boy. Those might as well be fucking solid as far as I'm concerned. So, I don't think we'll have any issues with the engine moving, or the engine doesn't move in the engine bay when you rev the car. So, I just need to build a bracket to brace the blower bracket if I don't have a hardware issue. So, yeah, that's the update for now. We're getting snow all weekend this weekend. I haven't really looked at the weather forecast too much next week. It just keeps snowing and fucking raining, and we can't get any good roads. I'm still trying to work these belt issues out with the car. I need to find a smaller alternator pulley, like just a regular pulley, not a clutched one. That's billet. I had a hard time doing that. I can find pulleys that fit an 04. I'm assuming the drive on my alternator is different than a regular alternator, or maybe the pulley's just different. I don't know. I need to take the pulley off and look at it, and that'll be my answer as to whether or not it's, as to whether or not I can use an 04 pulley or not. So, and then I can measure the shaft while I got the pulley and stuff off. So, probably just go ahead and pull the blower off to do that. But, I'm trying to get the bugs worked out. The roads haven't been good enough to get the tune figured out. I haven't had any time to do any testing. Still having issues with the car won't idle once it's warm. I thought if I turned long-term fuel trims and everything back on that would come out of it, because I didn't recall it start doing it until I downloaded the tune with the long-term fuel trims and everything off to do the VE table. And yeah, it still does it. So when it's cold, it's fine. Not that I really drive it cold. Every now and then I'm running late to the shop and I'm needed, and I just jump in the car and get enough temperature in it to where the car is running smooth. Because when I first fire it up, it doesn't run that hot, which I'm sure is part to do with the idle section of the tuning is clearly not right, and also it's colder than dog shit on E. So with 1500 cc injectors in them. So yeah, I got shit to finish, but I don't want. I've been ready to break down and put the radial back on it and take it to the dyno and just pay for a couple of hours and get all the drivability shit and just get it all sorted out on the dyno. But I like doing it on the street because I don't know if they can load their dyno to simulate the load of the car on the street. I've never tuned on a dyno before, so I don't know if that's something that's like I do all that tuning, turn long-term fuel trims back on, and then it's only a couple percent off, and the long-term fuel trim can make up for it because the load will be different. I don't know. So, hell, I've thought about swallowing my pride and taking it to one of the two guys that I would pick if I wasn't tuning and have one of those guys do it. But, I own a shop and I just don't want to swallow my pride and do that. So, it's a time thing for me, and it's really been a fucking problem. So, it's just been a process. So, hopefully here soon, I need to start filming stuff. The camera on this fucking phone's cracked. So it's a little fuzzy. The front camera is good, as you can see, other than the lighting situation in here is ass. But, damn it, son of a bitch. I was sitting here scrolling Instagram forever, and I don't yawn one time, and I start talking, and now I'm fucking yawning. But I need to figure something out. I need to rent some dyno time, or just suck it up and end up having to pay. That's the problem. Is I'm like, it's $250 for the dyno I was gonna rent for a strap in an hour, and then it's $200 an hour after that. Well, you get 2 hours deep in that deal, and you're tickling a dyno tune from somebody. So it's almost, it turns into a time thing, with, pride versus time. Like, I tune the car and I've done everything to the car, or I say fuck it and drop it off for Bob or Brian, and, I'll drop it off on a weekend. They tune it during the week. I can pay them and come get the car after hours when I'm free or on the next weekend or whatever, and it's fucking done. And then we just gotta wait for testing, and I can tweak it with the laptop a little bit from here or there. It's just I don't know. So yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's interesting. So But I'm not going to end up breaking down and swallowing my pride. I can't, because I want to pull a plug every run and use a plug to read the timing is what I really want to do. I want to take a spark plug cutter with me and cut the plugs open and see if the air fuel ratio is right. Use the wideband as like a general guide. But I want to see, I want to see what's the plug telling me. I want to make sure the motor's happy. So, I'm fattening up, lean it out, whatever, until it seems happy. It's on E and it makes the most power. And I got 22 degrees in it right now, and it looks like it could really take 24. So when you look at the plug now, so we'll see. But when the belt stays where it's supposed to right now, it's not slipping. I'll tell you that. Physically couldn't get a shorter belt on it. That's just the fact of the matter. I can't physically put a fucking shorter belt on it. Anything shorter, I physically couldn't get it on. So the half-inch shorter belt that we put on just barely fit. But last night, usually it spins really hard in the first and second. Grab third, and she's, spinning like it's just spinning. Like just not having traction. In third, it doesn't even wiggle really, and it's just fucking moving. Last night, 2400 RPM, and I just stabbed it in second. Immediately went straight to the fucking limiter. Short shifted and grabbed third real fast, and it did fucking same shit. Pedaled the fuck out of it, and it was a lane, almost both lanes, and I had to let out of it because it was just getting rowdy, and Lance was getting nervous. So he's like, "Jesus Christ, I think you fixed it." I'm like, "Yeah, I think I fixed it too." And then we get back to chopping belts off of it. So, but it's not off of it, but it's two ribs coming off the crank. So there's a little update for now. Readjusted the clutch. I seems a little happier. I've had some issues missing second here recently, which is weird. The train, I don't know if it's the clutch fluid starting to break down and looks black. I don't know what's up with that. I've been putting motorcycle .4 in it. Maybe I need to switch to an automotive grade. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. But it's the transmission's been feeling a little more notchy. Maybe I should check the fluid in it. I just had the trans out and filled it not that long ago, but the output shaft seal has been leaking, and the leak has looked to tame down. So, maybe that's something I need to take a peek at and stuff too. But we've just been having some problems. We've been fighting them. I don't have a lot of time to work on my personal shit, regardless of what anybody else thinks. But it's mostly customer stuff, office work, paperwork stuff, payroll, and sending stuff to my bookkeeper and everything. So it's busy work. And then we got 3 kids, and our 2 boys are autistic, and our daughter's a little over a year old now. She turned a year old October 23rd, and so she's a lot. And it's just, we got 3 dogs and 3 kids and the wife and the house and the shop. Between both properties, we have almost 8 acres, and it's a lot. So it can be challenging at times, especially when it's shitty outside. I could campaign for more time, and I can't do anything with it. But I can hurry up and rush and fix all my belt problems and make a brace and do all the things and get everything potentially tightened up or whatever the problems there may be, and everything's good, but I can't do shit with the car. Fuck, you can't even, you go out right now, the roads are fucking wet and covered in snow. It's got the slicks on it. The drag radial won't do no fucking better. When the car was on motor, I was spinning the drag radial on motor. The car probably made 440, 450 wheel. 440 give or take. Let's say that, a safe bet. The way it was. And, and I put a blower on it, and it's, theoretically making 800 plus when it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and it's the drag radial doesn't stand a chance. This 275. I really need to tub the car and put like a 305 or a 315 on the back of it, and then the 2810.5 would fit in there great too. And I could get probably like a 7 or 6.5 inch backspace wheel too instead of 7.5. And the only problem I have now, you can't get drag bags anywhere. I've yet to go get some youth footballs to put in the rear springs. So what I do right now is I run a little rubber puck. It's just it's like a base isolator for a spring, and it was probably that thick, and I cut it in half. So it's probably an inch or a little bit more thicker right now. And when the car's at full droop, I can put it in the spring, and then when I set the car down, it compresses. The spring compresses, and it just spaces part of the spring out and actually adds ride height in the back. So that keeps the slicks out of the quarter panels for the most part. But if I take a corner harder than I should, or the car gets real swirly and snaps back hard, the quarter panel hangs down, and then the sidewall, the tire's there, and the quarter will come down, and like you can see where it goes right down the sidewall of the tire, like starting out toward the edge of the tread on the slick tread, the contact patch, and it slides down the sidewall, and just enough to make marks in it. It doesn't hurt the tire or do anything to it like that. You can just see, hey, that rubs. But other than that, it's fine. Or if I put a passenger in the car, something will hit a bump, it might just just hear in the back when that quarter panel comes down across the sidewall of the slick. So, but I couldn't do anything right now. If I took a half inch of backspace away from it, the tire would be a problem. So, not just for the wheel tub. I think I got the wheel tub mostly out of the way. I beat it with a 4-pound sledgehammer. But the lower control arms, there's a guy that does a tubular modification of those in the back, and that opens up a bunch of space right there. Sorry, I thought I heard something. I cut mine and then folded the lip over, and then that opened up like a little crack in the control arm where the control arm's cast or whatever, and then it's got the little flange that sticks out where the seam is, and then the seam's like laser welded or whatever. I cut a relief cut in that, and then folded that piece down, and then ran a bead like where my knuckles are, straight across that, because you could see where the control arm, where I cut into it, where it was starting to split open right there. So I ran a bead across there, and that gave me a pretty good amount of space right there, but a half inch would eat it up. So, yeah, but we'll see. I just want to give everybody an update. I wanted to upload a little bit of content. I know this is rough format. I'm not going to edit this other than inserting the video of the blower going weepy, weepy, weepy. So not that I do a whole lot of editing anyway. I usually just slide a bunch of clips together and then put some little stuff in there, or whatever. You guys know. You watch it. It seems that way anyway. But my kids' four-wheeler content seems to be doing really good. Maybe I should just keep posting that, We'll just transfer the channel to four-wheeler content. Fuck the race cars. But I noticed some growth on the channel here. This video is already almost 18 minutes long. I noticed some growth on the channel here recently when I make sure to keep uploading content. It seems like I was gaining a subscriber a day there for a few days, and my hours were going up and stuff, and now some hours that I received before are starting to taper off. Some hours and stuff are falling back down, but it goes every 28 days. But yeah, there's the update. We got a shorter Gates HD green belt on it now. That seemed it'll make 10 pounds revving it to the limiter in the shop. So it's partying there. I still don't know. The jury's out on my Treadstone intercooler. I have to fix all my problems before I can blame anything on the intercooler. So it does really fucking good with the intake air temps. It does a really good job at cooling the air. My intake air temps are ambient or cooler at all times when I'm making pulls and stuff. Now you can sit there in the shop and rev the car and get it hot. You can get them in the 90s, but when there's air moving through the air cooler, it's ambient, give or take a couple or a few. So yeah, so I need to go through some stuff on that. I'll film all that stuff when I do check all that. I'll make sure I got the GoPro with me, and I will film that content of me going through and describing that issue in that video in a format where you guys can physically see it. We'll run through all that. I'll check everything. I'll take you guys with me on that deal. And then if we have to build a brace, I'll order some shit and we'll build a brace together, and we'll put all that on there too. So, but that's the update for now, guys. I'm still having belt problems with the blower. When the belt starts coming off the crank pulley and off the idler, it starts slipping somewhere. and causing drive issues, and it's just yeah. So if I keep having problems, I'm just gonna put a brace on the fucker, and if I still keep having problems, then hopefully that's the end of it. And I'm on the fence. I got a guy sending me, the same guy who told me to run the shorter belt. I was talking to him because he's having the exact same problem, and it was from his hitting the alternator. So he's sending me a 3.1 pulley that he used before so I can try it. So once I get all my belt situation figured out and the belt quits acting up, if the car still doesn't perform how it should, street testing and stuff, I'll probably end up swapping to that 3.1 pulley. And then if I like the 3.1 pulley, me and him are going to make a deal. And I'll buy the 3.1 pulley off of him. Or, I'll thank him and send him $20 and ship him the pulley back, and I'll order a Grip Tech pulley, just to save from any slippy crap there, because the Grip Tech's got like a little cut machine in the pulley. But we're 20 minutes deep. I could ramble all day about all kinds of worthless bullshit that you guys probably don't give a fuck about. So if you guys watch to the end of these videos, please comment and tell me. I watch my average video duration doesn't seem to be very long. It seems like you guys are disengaging very quickly. What do you think I could do to keep you to the end of the video? For those of you who are actually seeing what I'm saying right now, actually watched to the end of the video, or at least scrolled to the end of it, what would you like to see to keep to the end of the video? Help me make this do something. So, I haven't been at it consistently for very long, so I don't want to seem like I'm in a rush, because I'm not. I have plenty of other irons in the fire. But if this would take off, it would be really cool. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy feeling like I could potentially make a difference in somebody's life, as far as, with the content. Some kid thinking it's cool, or somebody who's on the edge of, wanting to do something, and my content might be inspirational or something. So what do you guys want to see? Is there something you want to see? Do you a video or something? I don't know. Just whatever. Comment, man. I'm open to all of it. So I'm gonna hop off here, edit this bad boy up real fast, and it's Friday. I'll probably won't upload this until Saturday around 7. I'll probably go ahead and set it for upload, and then I'll set it for premiere. That way you guys can see that it's up and coming, and it'll hit around set. It seems like if I upload between 7 and 8 o'clock at night, my videos do the best, or my shorts or whatever. If I upload randomly during the day or in the middle of the night, they seem to take days to get traction. So, but yeah, guys, I appreciate you. Please keep watching. Like, share, subscribe, do all the thing. Hit the notification bell so you can see when I get a new video. I'm not releasing enough content for you guys to be watching enough to where I might be up in your algorithm, or like I watch a lot of SRC and Old Man's Garage, and I notice how the subscriptions, the most watched one, like the most watched channel I watch is SRC, Jeffy Speed Shop, and Old Man's Garage, and then Gen 2 Garage. So those 3 or 4 at the top, and then Vice Grip Garage tapers down, 1320 Video, 660 Street. It just tapers down from your most watched channel to your least. So if I'm not in your most watched channel spot, because I'm not uploading content and I'm fairly new on your subscription list, hit the notification bell so when you check your YouTube notifications, or if you suck and never check them like me, you can see that, and then you can see, okay, Cody uploaded a video, and I can go watch it. So do that for me, guys, and I really appreciate the support. Share, tell your friends, everything like that. So I'm going to keep taking you along on this journey. We're going to get the car figured out, and we're going to make some horsepower. So I appreciate every single one of you guys, and I'll talk to you next time. Have a nice night.